so let's get this show rolling. Welcome to the show, everyone. Tonight we're sitting with Chris Fields. Christopher Fields is, you'll find him on Facebook, and his links will be down in everything below. But Chris started the Trump parade that rolls through the county every Sunday.
Every Sunday at 4:30 p.m.
Every Sunday at 4:30, and we went to the last one. We live streamed it. Got a lot of interaction off of it, actually.
I think that was our biggest video.
Yeah, it was
like 16,000 people looking at that thing.
No, I think our biggest still was Spike. Spike really. He had our biggest numbers that first time we talked to him. I think it was our second biggest, and it was just the picture of the hood of my truck most of the time. But you go into it an hour, and you get to see a guy wave to us backwards with the split crack, and then there's a lady. You know, it's interesting how people have reacted to this. But anyway, but we wanted to talk to you. We talked to you afterwards. So. Yeah. What made you come up with the idea?
Well, the idea was actually initiated from one of my friends, Lacey Leffler. I was sitting at her sister's house, and we were all visiting. She says, "Hey, you should see this Trump train video." And it was the day before Labor Day, and I was like, we should do that. And I made a post and gave everybody 24 hours to show up. And the first parade was about 8 people, and I got teased a lot. It was like, "Oh, your guys' parade sucked. That was nothing." And then David Sullivan hit me up, and after the parade, because he showed up on Labor Day, and he says, "Hey, we should do this every Sunday." I says, "Hey, I think that's great." He says, "Okay, I'll throw something up on Facebook, and we'll create an event." And every week it's gotten bigger. It's doubled every week.
Yeah. So the last one was the biggest one then.
Biggest, and I had 2 people count, and I got 2 numbers of 112.
That's a lot.
And I had a couple people. One person said that they counted 131, but I'm going to go with the 2 average that I got.
Well, some people shave off halfway through.
Correct.
Like as you get to Stansbury, you'd watch people peel off, but then you'd see people show up in Erda.
So people would come off. You know, we leave Grantsville, some people would come off, and then we get to Stansbury Park, and people jump on and stay on, and then more people jump on in Tooele. So we're gonna I guess perfect the route a little bit more. This last route was really nice. It made it easy, and we don't want to block traffic. I mean, it happens from Grantsville to Stansbury Park. I mean, people are going to complain either way. Either we're going too fast, we're going too slow through the communities. I've told everybody to keep it at 20 miles an hour. The folks that I'm with, I've told them all, we're not flipping people off.
No,
we're not cursing and yelling at people. And everybody has been really good about it. And, what we've received, we kind of laugh about it. Yeah, people are inappropriate. And if you guys rode, I don't know if you saw the guy that was mooning us.
Yeah, we got him on video.
Oh, did you get on video?
We saw him a little too much, and so did the little kids in the vehicle ahead of us.
People just need to think. I know I've made the comment. People are like, "Well, what if we're patriots and we support Biden?" I'm like, "Show up." I had somebody tell me, "Well, we're going to have 70 plus people
show
show up."
Biden flag on the back.
Yeah. I had a guy tell me, "We're going to have 70 plus people show up. Are you going to give us free hot dogs on Sunday?" And I said, "Yeah, come on down. I don't care. Just everybody be nice to one another. That's all. That's all we ask for."
Oh, I didn't see the hot dogs.
Yeah, I was cooking them up. I still have leftover hot dogs. You guys, get some hot dogs.
You said his magic word.
Yeah.
So I just got a smoker for my anniversary this year, so every time I can have an excuse to smoke some meat, it's.
I just took the generator out and I threw up the air fryer and threw hot dogs in it for 4 minutes at a time.
Oh, that knocks them out,
dude!
Yeah.
Those
so air fryers are awesome.
It was way awesome. It's a good idea.
They're awesome. Well, I like what you're doing there, and yeah, it doesn't have to be we specifically support Trump. Me myself, I can bet I would lay money down that I'm probably not going to vote.
Yeah.
And if I do vote, it'll be for the people who's been on this show because I built a bond with them.
Right.
I don't know Trump.
I got to meet him. I got to meet him in December 2017.
So you met him, so
yeah,
vote for him. I never met him. So
and it was more of a feeling like it's one thing when you listen to somebody and watch them on TV and I feel like I'm a pretty sensitive person when I'm around people, and he loves people. So my conversation was 10 seconds. My interaction watching him in person was about 25 minutes. And security was trying to pull him back to his vehicle, and he was pulling himself towards the crowd. He wanted to go and meet the people that came out to see him. So I was pretty impressed with him, and I got a good vibe from him. He gets teased for having little hands. The dude's got gorilla hands. They're huge. And he's a big man.
He's a big guy. If he has normal hands, they're going to look like doll hands.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
He's 6'3" or something.
Yeah, 6'3", 6'4". He's a big guy. I was shocked because I didn't know how tall he was, and when he came down and shook my hand, I was like, holy crap. I'm not small, and I don't think I have small hands, but his hands like cradled mine like a baby.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and I have nothing against him. I don't. Well, I'm unhappy about the bump stock ban, but that's just because I don't like laws coming from that desk.
I don't either. Do I think that President Trump is the perfect person to run the country? My honest answer is no. But I feel like that sometimes you need a rock thrown into the cog to start back all over again, to go back down to ground zero, and that's what our government really needs, in my opinion, is to start all over at ground zero. We have too many career politicians that sit into office, and they get too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Way too comfortable.
Yeah, that's a fact. We've definitely we've run into that. Well, I think we should make it so politicians don't get paid, except for, the president. Obviously, you don't want the executive to have a job outside of politics, and then
give them receipts for gas and maybe some free meals.
I'm a firm believer in, if you want somebody to do a good job for you, you're going to pay for it.
Well, the thing I'm saying is I want them to have business outside of there, so they don't think they can pilfer the people. They're one of the people. I get what you're saying. And that was the idea behind it, was they were one of the people. They would come, do 4 years, 6 years, 2, 4, or 6, and then they would go back to their
regular
businesses or farms.
You don't want to make it too cushy. I mean,
47 years, like Biden, 47, 48 years.
That's a lot of time.
It's a long time. A lot of career politicians. We've had them here in Utah. I'm not just going to pick on Biden.
Oh, Hatch. Pelosi, Feinstein, Waters.
Yeah, and there's one thing to be said about experience. If your experience shows a incline of good things that are happening, I could be good at that. In my business, if my numbers were dwindling down every year and my customers weren't happy, I probably am in the wrong business.
You need to look at something. Well, I've got a motto. People have heard it before. Government only does one thing, and that's turn gold into shit. I don't want experience at turning gold into shit. No. I want them to fail at that project and leave some of it as gold. They might accidentally turn it to shit once in a while.
We've had in Tooele County, we've had a few good politicians, in my opinion. Like, I'm a fan of Brent Marshall, but I've known him since I've been a kid.
Yeah.
I ran against him in 2009, and you learn a lot when you run for office. A lot. You learn who's loyal as friends in your community. You learn how hateful people can be, and you learn how nice they can really be. So, but I like our mayor. He's third term mayor. A lot of people aren't happy, but I tell all my politician friends, you strive to please 100%, and all you need is 51% every 4 years to put you back in office. So,
oh yeah, that's a fact.
So you're from Grantsville, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually grew up together.
Yeah. Since
a year older than me. Yeah. But yeah,
the memories.
We got some good memories.
Yeah.
We never got in trouble together. Not once.
No.
That's a lot of missed opportunities.
Well,
according from what he says.
Yeah.
He got lucky on the trouble I got into was, I'm glad I went to the Army.
I'm glad I went to the Air Force.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no, Brent's a nice guy. I like him. He's personable. You can
call him at 11:45 at night when the bass is booming from the racetrack all the way to the west side of my house. I literally had my table vibrating.
And you live down on the bench.
I live up on the bench above Walmart Distribution Center, so I could see everything in Tooele County where I'm at. And I was like, is somebody bumping their tunes down the street for like an hour? And finally, when I figured it out, looked out my backyard, I was like, you got to be kidding me! I'm exactly 7.11 miles away from the racetrack, and I could feel the bass from there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that crazy?
Imagine, yeah, that's got to be some.
Called the mayor. I was like, hey, did you give them a permit? He's like, yeah, I did. Nobody knew. Nobody
He
knew.
lives closer than you, so.
But the houses inside town, a lot of them didn't fill it. As the houses towards the outside, like
Oh, you probably got refraction from the mountain.
from the mountainside.
Plus, the colder it is,
Yeah.
the more dense the air and things like
it's
that.
kind of crazy, but people from the racetrack were pretty responsive about it too, and they actually turned the bass down. They actually went and said, "Hey, got to turn the bass down." So that was pretty cool.
Imagine the guy that walked up to tell him to turn it down. His hair's all fucked up.
Yeah.
He's cross-eyed. So let's talk about while we were there chatting, a couple of notions came up. But first, I want to cover this upcoming Sunday at 4:30.
Okay.
I won't be there. I'll be at my unfun job. What support do you need from people who show up?
As far as like,
Well, I mean, we want to be responsible. You're giving out hot dogs.
yeah,
Would you like guys to bring coolers of soda or water?
I think it'd be great if people brought food for themselves and for other people and kind of shared, do kind of a
Maybe
smorgasbord.
make a potluck
Yeah.
parade.
Tailgates.
I brought 80 hot dogs, buns, hot dogs.
Wasn't near enough for
No,
the people
it
who showed
wasn't
up.
wasn't enough, but not everybody came
But
over and
yeah,
got food.
a lot of people got done, shook your hand,
Yeah.
headed out.
And Tiffany Baird brought mustard and ketchup, and she
Nice.
ran into Costco, grabbed some stuff for us, and so I think it'd be great. We came up with the idea of afterwards. Tiffany said maybe next time we can set up at the end of where we're going to be at and then cook food instead of doing it before. I was like, that's a great idea. Another gentleman made a comment.
Maybe
to
have someone, a forward unit, go up there,
yeah,
set it up, get
Yeah.
some tables laid out.
That's some serious community organizing going on, and
totally. And the
I think
people,
that's what we need in Tooele.
the people that I have organized, like Tiffany Baird, she's come forward and wants to organize. Rachel Coates. I don't know if you know Rachel or not. Rachel is a rock star. So she stays super involved with the community. And so she's jumped in and helped out do things. We had a lot of people. I've had people from Layton area come down and look that are part of other groups and they want to get involved. I got a phone call on the way over here. There's a group that's going to be with us again on Sunday, and they want us to get involved with their group on November 1st. That's another thing, too, is November 1st, we're going to do Trump or Treat.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I
it's
wanted to
happening,
get
huh?
to.
That's happening. So we'll do Trump or Treat on November 1st. I want to get
bring
in,
bags of candy.
bring
get
bags of
ready,
candy. Everybody load up their vehicles.
Dress your kid up.
I think it'd be great. Like
Yeah.
have a Trump train, end up at our end spot, which I'd like it to be there at where we meet at
That
right now.
same place by the.
Right now we're at Grantsville High School parking lot. I don't know how that would work. I'm looking at the logistics as far as like, how can we do that? Who do we got to get involved? If not there, we could find plenty of other places locally that will support that
Do you mean to start off?
to start off.
Well, you've got
yeah.
the church parking
Well,
lot
start
next door.
and then end. So I want to start where we start at. I want to end up back there, do our Trump or Treat, and because as of right now, from my understanding, there's been something that's gone out that says there's no trick or treating this year. Have you guys heard that?
Yeah, I haven't.
So I saw it pilfering around on Facebook. It must be true.
Yeah.
So, but we're
I'll
gonna do
be
Trump or
giving
Treat.
candy out at my house if someone stops.
yeah.
I think it'd be great. We don't care who you support.
Yeah. If
Bring
you're
your kids
Biden,
down.
join up.
Bring your
This
kids
is-
down, and everybody's so kind and nice that shows up there. I've been friends with people on Facebook for years that I've never met in person. That I've met in person over the last few weeks, and it's really cool that everybody's coming together as a community. So
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
that's way nice.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the drive and
Yeah,
everyone honking their horn. And I like the part where you turn around and we serpentine back on ourselves because
yeah.
you got to see everyone else in the parade.
Was that so? You're talking about what we did at Lake Point?
No,
Yeah.
they're-
No,
Yeah, it was up
Lakeview.
there.
Lakeview Drive in
Lakeview.
Stansbury Park. That was a total accident that I ever did that from the very first time we went through. We actually made that our route so that we could go through and see Lacey Leffler's grandfather. He's in his mid-80s. He's really sick and a lot of pain, and I wanted to drop him off a flag and a Trump T-shirt and a hat. So we stopped there. We dropped him off a T-shirt and a flag at least. I don't know if we got him a hat or not that day, but we want to drop that off to him because he's such a patriot. He was out there waving a pair of shorts with some flowers on it because he didn't have a flag. He just wanted to wave something around. So we
Yeah.
made sure he had a flag the next time we rode through there. And
It's awesome.
that's just become part of the route. And the people there, you saw it.
Mhm.
The people there are excited to see people
They
come
all
out.
come
So,
lining out, and it was good. It was good to backtrack on yourself,
Yeah.
so you get to see the other guys in the.
that was my first time ever to actually taking video and seeing everybody. And I was shocked because I'd already got back out to the lake at the turnaround there, and I'm like, I still got people coming, and there's people coming out on their boats, honking their horns. It's pretty crazy. I would say as a nation, people are waking up right now, and we're seeing it everywhere. Did you see 70,000 Canadians did a Trump walk?
Really?
Like, that's legit. That's not a rumor. 70,000 Canadians. That's crazy.
On a side note, I think our media has a hold on everyone's mind because they've got But
if you're watching Fox and CNN, you need to find a new channel. I don't know which channel that is. I used to always say I watch CNN and Fox to derive the truth from both sides, but now I see it on both sides, and it's like living an episode of the Twilight Zone.
If I was going to pick TV news, I'd probably pick The Hill.
The Hill. Oh, I've watched The Hill. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty non-biased.
Yeah, they usually pair off someone from the Democrat and someone from the Republican ideals, and they don't argue. They just come out, here's my story, and then they both mention their thoughts on it and move on.
Yeah.
And honestly, a good reporter, you shouldn't be able to tell what their political leanings are.
No. And I'm really big on, if something doesn't fit my narrative, that's okay. If it if it's, I might not want to hear it, but I want the truth every single time. Yeah. And I will dig for the truth. If somebody says something positive about Trump, I'll dig for it to make sure that it's true or negative, or even about Biden. I don't want to hear false stuff. There was an Obama video that went out pretty viral to millions and millions of people about how him saying that everybody need to be socialists. And so it was totally tore apart back in 2016. I don't know if you've seen that video. Looked like there's a huge crowd around him, and they literally did sound bites, and they did a really good job. Really good job.
But our CNN does it now, and MSNBC they do it now.
Yeah, and this was a private individual that did this Obama video.
So he edited the video to make it sound like what he wanted it to sound like.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when that guy was slowing down Nancy Pelosi. Remember that?
It looked like she was drunk.
Made her sound.
Hey, you can do that with video nowadays. It's so realistic. I mean, I've heard a lot of information that in that one case where the kid took out the Antifa attackers with the M16, that one of the pictures of the people getting shot as they were attacking him, he's holding a gun.
Yeah.
But it's fuzzy. And some say it's edited and photoshopped. You never know what to believe nowadays because the technology is so amazing and so advanced. Before long, in a few years, you won't know what's real and what's not. And that actually kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, that wasn't me making out with that dog. That was a deep fake.
I was watching a Joe Biden video that was actually not edited. It was from the 1988. Did you see that? That's been going pretty viral.
Super Predators?
No, it was just him lying about where he was at the top of his class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think someone posted that on our group, actually.
He got blown out of the water by Dan Rather come down.
Yeah, that's who it was, Dan Rather. They came down on him hard. This is before there was Fox News. So they can't say...
Well... Well, you got to look at it then. Here's what it seems like. If I take a picture of the political world, back then the Overton window was so small, and both parties lived in that to where even if you were a politician and you leaned left, your Overton window still touched the other side.
Correct.
Right now, the Overton window has shifted and gotten wider, and then the people on the outside of it are so far out that I think all of the pundits feel like they have to have swung and chose a side.
Correct.
And I think the way the Hill have done it, because I like watching their morning show, the way they've done it, they brought a right-wing guy in and a left-wing girl in, and they're not there to argue. They act like friends, and they both give their point of view, and they don't seem to argue each other's point of view. The one will bring a story, the other will say, oh, that feels like this. Then they move on. And that way you hear both
sides,
both ideas. And usually the right-wing guy will come down on the right. He'll be hard on them, and the left-wing girl will be hard on the left. So they also mix it up like that. And I just feel like I get a better story out of it.
Yeah, the one thing that, like, I was watching Joe Biden during this debate, and I watched the debate again a second time. It was a crap show.
Yeah,
watching it. But one thing, I feel sorry for Joe Biden for two reasons. First of all, there are people out there who says he doesn't have dementia, that he's totally on track. He does. Like, he's
okay,
got some
if
signs.
he doesn't have dementia, tomorrow it will be called that.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, they pumped him full of Alpha Brain.
He got something during that event because he seemed like he was more on his A game than he ever was. But so I feel sorry for that. The other thing I feel sorry for is the two things. He's got progressive and some conservative Democrats that he has to appease.
Yeah, he's walking a fine line.
And he's like, no, I don't support that, after he says he's supported something before, and then he's telling this other side, no, I support that. So if he can't bring his own side together, how's he going to bring Republicans and Democrats to the same side? And the same thing with President Trump too. Is he's got a nasty right wing, and then he's got a conservative, not so progressive, not a progressive at all.
I think the Democrats and the Republicans are on the verge of breaking into three parties each.
Totally.
The Democrats, you've got the Socialist Democrats of America, which I think the communists have fallen into them, but they'll break apart if they ever gain anything. You've got the just like your classical liberals, inner city people, and then you got your progressive wing.
Right.
You know, the kind of economic progressives. The Republicans, you've got your evangelicals. You've got your just straight up conservatives. Honestly, I don't think the far right is even included in any of these.
I think the far right's so small.
They're small and they're ignored by everyone.
I ignore them.
Yeah, everyone's like, dude, just go. Richard Spencer's now coming out for Biden because I don't know, but
so I belong with the Rocky Mountain Defense Group, and that's one of the things in our group is you come in and you're a wacko right wing. We don't even let you in. It's not. We don't even question it all.
Well, what is a wacko right wing? Because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm one or not.
A wacko right wing to us would be like he'd come in and we got any type of racial bigotry.
Yeah.
And you see it on both sides. It kills me when I hear, oh, it's only extreme right wing that are bigots or racist. I mean, Joe Biden did say if you didn't vote for him that you weren't black enough.
That's pretty racist.
It's pretty racist,
right?
The list goes on and on, but yeah, that to me that's extreme. Or talk about going in and killing specific politicians or something like that. Like we're just like, no, we're not having that at all. We're here for our communities and for our families. So
yeah. All right, so if you're out to kill people, specific targets, and if you're racist,
sounds pretty.
I think I'm safe.
Yeah,
yeah.
I ain't killing anybody. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm married to a Brazilian, so I can't be racist.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Well, if now I could say that you did that because you are, and you didn't want anybody to know that you are. Just.
Like Amy Comey Garrett.
Yeah.
She's getting it
Damned
right
if I do, damned if I don't.
So
is
true.
it Coney Garrett? Amy Coney Garrett? Or
the Supreme Justice nominee? Yeah. She. When I saw that story, I was dying. I was like, because she adopted 2 children that were from Haiti, she's racist.
Well, and then Richard Spencer came out and said, yeah, he's right. So that poor guy got ignored by everyone except for Richard Spencer down at the bottom. He's got to be. How do I delete this?
I was
he's
dying
on Google
when I saw
right
that.
now.
And it looks like right now I'm being kicked off of a television show.
Really?
Yeah.
So what?
Your Lifetime channel.
Yeah.
So I got hit up with doing my own TV show, and I got a text message today. I was just talking about it today. Got a text message today asking if I would renounce and remove my public Trump information off my page, and I said no.
What agency is this?
It's with Lifetime Channel.
What is that?
Lifetime Channel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to call it the Ovary Channel when I was a kid.
Chick shows.
Yeah, it's a reality TV show that's being done.
So this has been in the works for months now. We're talking 4 months.
Yeah, about 3.5, 4 months. Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, because we chatted about it when it first started coming out, and then
So now they're pulling the plug.
They're pulling it because you support Trump.
Correct.
How insane is that?
They're like, well, we don't think that our our followers. That fits
Is
what
it
our
just
followers'
because of
agenda.
a political bent at all?
Well,
or
it's because it's
specifically
political.
Trump?
I think it's just because because I'm running Trump trains. Like he was asking questions about it, and he's like, "Well, how do you justify supporting him?" And I was like, "Oh hell, here it comes." So,
Well, I'll never watch that show again.
it's first of all, I don't take threats very lightly, and I don't take ultimatums. I never have.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah. So so what? I don't care. It's man.
I hope they
pretty evasive.
they-
Anyways, they were super evasive. They wanted to dig into everything.
I hope they
So,
spent a lot of money.
I don't think they did. I
preparation.
feel like I spent a lot of time.
Yeah,
So,
you probably did.
Spent a lot of time,
But I hope that they've got to go to their comptroller and say, yeah, we got to write that off.
oh, that's not going to be much.
Yeah, but would you want to work for an agency that is politically biased
Negative.
against what you believe? I mean, I don't care how much money you paid me. I don't have kids though, so I
Yeah.
can say something like that. I mean, I'm a pretty self-sufficient individual, but if you don't align with my thought process, I don't want to waste time.
I never told them if they'd have to switch to be a Trump supporter for me to be on their TV show.
Well, you should have.
I guess so. I guess are you guys politically biased? Because if you are, I can't be on your show.
I don't know. Maybe we ought to see if a different channel wants to host the exact same show. Like,
It's pretty interesting. How does a father of 9 kids
yeah.
balance 6 baby moms and get along with everybody?
I don't know what would happen if my wife decided to come out for Biden. It just wouldn't work. I'd be like, honey, I'm sorry.
I've got the person I'm seeing is a total Trump supporter. We go shooting together. She's freaking awesome. So I don't have anything to worry about when it comes to that. Works out great.
I jumped off the voting bandwagon. Well, I've never voted.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I probably voted for Clinton when I was in the Army just because he was the old man then.
Yeah.
And my dad right now is pulling his hair out here and that. But
Don't admit to it.
I voted for Clinton too.
I
Did you
never
really?
I was in
voted.
the military at that time. Yeah.
I never voted because one, I didn't know. I couldn't have told you the difference between Republican and Democrat.
Well, what do you think is going to happen with the mail-in votings?
What do you mean by melon?
I think
Well, hold on. What do you mean by melon?
Mail-in ballots?
Oh, mail-in. I thought you
Mail.
said melon. I'm thinking like
mail.
New Party.
Like mail-in ballots.
All right.
I
Do you think that's going to be held? Do you think that's going to be
I
honest?
I think we're going to be in court.
Yeah.
If they announce by January 15th, I'll be shocked.
I'd be shocked.
Now, though, I think we'll have some kind of timid announcements between then, but
Yeah.
it'll be, changed every time a lesser court meets.
I watched somebody made a comment the other day that like if January 15th rolls around and Trump's president, there's going to be a war, and I was like, not in Utah, there's not. It's too cold. It's too cold to January 15th. You're gonna have to wait till spring, at least for me. I'm staying home. I'm gonna be in the
Very
blankets.
traditional here.
Yeah.
Well, and I think personally we're already in the Civil War.
Oh, we are.
We're in it, and just have to see. Well, I know I'm not going to go fight anyone over it.
I don't know, guys. If there's really, I mean,
I'm gonna protect my
we've
home.
all had to crawl through the bushes.
Yeah.
You get cold, you get wet, you get tired. You grow tired of that crap
Yeah.
quick.
I don't
And
know.
I think people are getting fatigued now. And once you're fatigued and tired, you go back to the norm.
Well, Black Lives Matter. Right after what's his name got killed by the cops, their popularity rose to like 33%. And
Hundreds of millions of dollars later.
And since then,
Yeah. Walmart, 100 million all by themselves.
Since then, they're
Million.
they're like barely touching double digits. I think they're at 12% support now.
Yeah, it's because it's a racist.
Oh,
It's a
very,
racist organization. I mean,
very.
if I rolled out, and people say, if I rolled out with White Lives Matter, I'd be a racist for saying that. Like, I'm telling you, I would be a racist for saying something like that.
Yeah.
Or, Chinese Lives Matter.
Oh, it's hucksters.
Yeah.
The guys, the people who started it are hucksters, and then everyone who signs on under them are well-intentioned dupes.
I mean, do I believe that there are? I mean, race doesn't mean because I'm a single white male that automatically makes me a racist, and I should be apologizing because I have white privilege. I don't know about you, but you know how I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have any white privilege growing up?
No,
I was in a 2-bedroom home with 5 kids, 4
Yep.
kids in 1 bedroom. I didn't receive. I worked my ass off to get where I'm
Yep.
at today.
Oh,
So,
Ky is here. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
so anyhow, yeah, I don't believe in that either. So,
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
It's better not to. I mean, it's just trouble when you start pointing at people because of the skin tone of their color.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, if it really goes deep in the government, they're going to have to give us like these color charts where we like.
Hi, Ky.
Compare
We're
and
just
contrast.
finishing up with Chris, so we'll bring you on in just 1 second, okay?
No problem, guys. Enjoy.
All right. So just hang out right there for just 1 second. All right. Getting a little reverb, but yeah, thanks for coming in, Chris. So again,
thanks, guys.
we'll have you back on again, I'm sure.
Okay.
Every Sunday night, 4:30.
Sunday night, 4:30, Grantsville High School parking lot, Grantsville City Park, kind of meshes in together.
Yeah, and you've got the church there.
Correct.
So overflow.
Lots of overflow.
Now,
down
the
into
Tooele
ball
City
field.
Park is where you always end, though, correct?
We've been ending at the Veterans Memorial.
Mhm.
That's starting to shrink up too because you guys saw we had to,
It gets pretty packed there, but that does have overflow too. If people,
correct.
if you want to keep that going, there's the old scratch and dent store.
Yeah.
Uh,
Old Allen lids.
yeah, old Allen Lid scratch and dent, and there's, so that could still keep going, but ultimately you want to
Yeah.
kind of end back up where you start.
So I think we're going to start ending it back up where we start, just because you got that Kirk Hotel there. I don't want to annoy anybody. We're not out to keep people from sleeping or anything like that. So, but yeah,
And that's true. And at Grantsville High School, you've got
a lot of area.
you've got 300 yards in any direction before it touches a house.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't want to annoy people honking up and down the streets and stuff, letting people know that we're there. We get a very small negative reaction to it, and I'm okay with it. So,
Yeah.
the positive reaction totally outweighs it.
You can't make everyone happy anyway.
Negative.
Oh, there was a lot of families out waving
Oh, yeah.
and screaming and
And
hooting.
I had my kids throwing candy this last
All right.
weekend.
That's cool.
So that was cool.
So
They
that's the
love that.
plan. Everyone show up if you want to be a part of it. Even it doesn't matter if you're supporting Biden or Jorgensen or that socialist lady that I forget her name, Della Riva. Even if you're supporting any of them, show up to it. Bring your flag, who you support, bag of candy.
We're all
make it-
patriots.
let's make it so that whoever throws the best candy wins.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
All right,
Chris.
thanks, guys.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Chris.
coming on, man. It's good to see you again.
Take
Pleasure.
it easy.
And we'll get you back on again soon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Hey, you take her easy now.
Make America great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
So who's our next guest, Jared?
Okay. Hold on. I've got to do some OBS adjusting here. Oh yeah. Sorry, everyone has to see how the confection is made when they come to watch me.
Oh, nobody wants to know how the sausage is made. They just want to eat it.
Okay. Yeah. So we have Ky. Now, how do you say your last name, Ky?
It's Tawhai, so the WH makes an F sound like PH does here.
Really? Really? Where's that from?
It's Maori, so it's from New Zealand.
Oh,
Good time.
nice. So you're from your family's traditionally from New Zealand?
Yeah, my dad's side. I was born in Utah. My parents actually met at a softball tournament when she was there in her early 20s.
Really?
Yeah, kind of exciting.
Yeah, that is real exciting. So, okay. So, we're getting a little bit of reverberation. I don't know if it's us or you, but we'll just have to manage it. So, you are starting a like a community newsletter.
Exactly. So, with my insurance agency,
Let's plug your insurance agency real quick in case anyone's looking for insurance. What's the name of it? What kind of insurance do you sell?
Yeah, so it's Northrim Insurance in Tooele. We're actually going to be moving back into a commercial space next door to the Tooele Community Resource Center in November. But I focus mostly on like auto, home, travel, trailer, toy, all of the personal stuff that you can insure.
Okay. All right. So if anyone's looking for insurance, we got that plug out of the way. Now, tell us about the newsletter. What kind of newsletter are you looking to build?
Kind of a smorgasbord of everything. I've been working really hard this last year to align my agency mission with who I am as a person, just wanting to get out in the community and, do service and donate to fundraisers when you can, and just being a light and compassionate person. So with the newsletter, it kind of blends the community events I like to spotlight and take part in. And then it also highlights service projects, local business spotlights, so that we can all try to keep our dollars in Tooele County. But then also like some insurance education pieces, I think, especially for young people or someone who maybe hasn't had an amazing agent in the past. You just get an insurance policy, but you don't really know what it covers or what you're paying for. Then you have a claim and you're like, oh, what just happened? So hopefully it'll be a blend of education with community events and local business spotlights.
Okay. Now, if people want to reach out to become a part of the newsletter or anything like that, do they just come to you directly, or are you going to set up kind of a separate organization for that?
That's in the rough draft.
Okay.
So right now, I'm pretty accessible on Facebook, and even just if you email the agency or text me, and want to subscribe to that newsletter, it's something I can get you on the list, and we'll probably use MailChimp to send it out. They seem to be the easiest one so far for kind of that mass operation.
Very good. Okay, so are you going to make a paper copy that you can set out at the different businesses? Or is that kind of, right now you're just looking at kind of the online?
Kind of just the online thing right now. Especially if there's certain businesses, though, I could always print a couple copies and leave them in there. Just kind of depends. I think we're kind of in an online world right now.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
We'll just see where it goes, where it takes us.
It would be kind of neat to see a magazine set out kind of like the City Weekly has, or the what's that magazine, the SL, UT magazine?
Yeah.
Something like that, something Tooele, something that's out here where.
I'm sure that's quite expensive too, though, to publish.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, printing's hard. I know that, I don't know how the transcript does it. I know that they do some print stuff. But even in Salt Lake Slug magazine, I think they're having a hard time. It just means you need people to advertise so you can print. And we have, Tooele County is mostly just small businesses doing the best they can. And we're also in the middle of a pandemic. So
yeah,
that's
true.
Those parts out.
So if a small business like mine, like let's say I want to advertise my my Bitcoin services, what would an advertising cost on just off the wall kind of a price guesstimate?
$10-$20. I'm not looking to make money with the newsletter.
But you got to. You will have to. You'll have to eventually make some money and sell some advertising. It would make sense to do.
Yeah, eventually, just for the time that I have to put into it, or if I have someone, making sure that everything gets put into the format, and then email and stuff. But it's not my get rich.
Well, that's a reasonable
get rich
price.
Plan. And then I also think small businesses just need access to good, cheaper options to make sure that they're getting their name out there. Especially because I would love if there were more opportunities in Tooele County, and if more small shops could start hiring, then you have less people commuting to Salt Lake, and there's kind of, I mean, your quality of life increases when you're not stuck in the car for 90 minutes one way.
So yeah. So I looked at pulling an advertisement on that Hometown Values that gets sent to my house all the time. You ever see that magazine, that Hometown Values?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God! There's a reason why only doctors and lawyers and AC technicians can advertise in that magazine. It's expensive.
Is it?
Oh gosh, yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a smarter way to do it too in print. Like, it shouldn't be that the only people who can afford to advertise is if you are a doctor or lawyer, have that, high marketing budget that you can just throw out the window and not really have to pay attention to that return on investment.
It would be nice to open up the market to advertising and keep more of the economy here local that we can. Anything that can be supported here, it'd be nice to keep it here.
Definitely. Yep. I was originally commuting. I started out with Allstate 6 years ago when I lived in Salt Lake County. And then I moved to Tooele, and my Allstate, I ended up in Pleasant Grove. So I was taking the back way. And then in the winter, when it was too snowy, had to go, up through Salt Lake County down to Pleasant Grove. It was too much. And then there was an opportunity with North Rim, and I ended up buying out the previous owners, and it's been a good opportunity for me, and I'm excited to bring some jobs to Tooele County, hopefully here in the next year or two.
Nice. Where's North Rim located at?
So we'll be at 52 South Main, next door to the Tooele Community Resource Center.
Okay, in the kind of the glass building across from the Mexican store.
Maybe, yeah. So we're in the same parking lot as Dairy Delight, like that big back parking lot. That's where we'll be.
Okay, so you're going to be back. You're going to be on the other side down there. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, closer to the park where that weird one-way street is.
Okay, yeah.
there's a lot of parking there, so that should work out well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
There's
good.
some good businesses in that building too, so I'm excited to meet some other business owners and get to know them a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to be right down there, so it's pretty easy to get to. Centrally located. Good.
Is this your first business in Tooele?
Yeah, first business in Tooele, our second commercial space. So we originally I started working from home probably about a year ago, moved everything home along with my producers at that time. And when you're trying to train someone online who's new to the insurance industry, it's a little difficult. So I'm excited to do in person and have better training so that they're a little bit more immersed in the day-to-day, and it's just a cohesive family unit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And it's good to see more competition show up into I don't know how many insurance we have. Curry, Farmers. What else do we have here in Tooele?
We've got a couple of the Allstates.
Oh, yeah.
There's Main Street Insurance down with Brandon Johnson in Grantsville. I'm an independent agency, so instead of only having one company I can write with, I represent multiple insurance companies. So that way we can kind of pick and choose which insurance plan is best for you. So like if your auto insurance is better with this person, but your motorcycle is better over here, you still have one agent as your point of contact, but we can have multiple policies to kind of make a plan that works for you and your family.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
No, I'm excited that you guys gave me the chance to kind of tell people about the newsletter. I'm excited to get it up and running. I've got two great businesses. We're going to be, one's a nonprofit and one is a local lending company that we'll be spotlighting this month. So I'm excited to get that on the ground and kind of make everyone aware of all the Halloween events going on. I'm excited to see excuse my notifications.
What Halloween events do we have going on?
So I can't remember what it's called, but I know that there's the corn maze and the pumpkin patch in Grantsville. I think it's called Farmtown Fun. And
That's right there on Main Street. Isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yep, and then Coulter House is hosting a Halloween event. So sorry, I don't know how to
You're
turn that
fine.
off.
You're fine.
Coulter House in Stansbury Park, they're hosting a Halloween event, and they'll have some food trucks and some local vendors there. And then the Pioneer Museum is hosting Haunted Tooele. So
Oh. Have you ever been
yeah.
in the Pioneer Museum?
I haven't yet.
Oh,
I've been told maybe it'll be 6 years this Christmas, and there's a few of those key spots that I still haven't visited.
Jared's dad will be glad to show you all about the Pioneer
Yeah,
Museum.
I got an in on the Donner Reed, my dad runs that or does the tours of that. And the Pioneer and the Daughters of the Pioneer Museum up here in Tooele are quite neat also.
Yeah. Lots of fun organizations that some of us transplants need a little bit more
Well, anytime you want to see it. And I think when your first newsletter comes out, I think we should buy an advertisement in it.
I agree.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
No,
us in
I was
there.
excited to learn that we had a local podcast.
Yeah, we're the #1 political Tooele podcast. I like to advertise that because I've never been #1 at anything in life. Now I am.
We're also the number 2 and 3.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I was excited. It's nice to know that, there's such diversity in Tooele that I don't think people are always aware of.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of diversity.
So how are people going to be able to get a hold of the newsletter again? Can you explain how that works?
Yeah, if you actually just want to send a message on Facebook, if you go to Northrim Agency, so facebook.com/Northrim Agency. And then you can also email me at Ky@Northrim Agency. That's KY @NorthrimAgency.com.
Okay, and in the show notes, I'll put links to everything. So,
Awesome. I'll respond to your email earlier with all those links and stuff.
Perfect.
There's
Yeah.
no way that.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
When it does come out, will you come back on? Let us know. The first one's out. We'll show it up on screen and kind of push the advertising for it out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm hoping to have it finished by Friday so that we can get people aware of these events and kind of support those local businesses that are putting themselves out there that are probably hurting after 6 months of chaos.
Well, let's plan on you coming on for 5 or 10 minutes next Thursday if you can.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll just plan on it.
All right, we'll plan on next Thursday, say 7:30ish. We'll have you hop on, and I'll touch base with you on the exact time, but it'll be around 7:30.
Yep, that works perfect. Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you,
Ky. And have a wonderful night. Everyone jump on there. I'd say jump onto the newsletter. Let's make it worth it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the support. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.